Today we celebrate commitment and the courage and, most importantly, the unbreakable bond of a service dog and veteran team. When I started in 2025, joining our mission as executive director, this was a mission that was truly important to my heart. And as a veteran who struggled with and continues to struggle with PTS, I really know what the veterans are going through. And so seeing the process from start to finish is so impactful and so powerful that it really just is something true to my heart. And when Adam started this organization, I don't know if he knew how much this mission would evolve and how this would change and impact so many lives. Today we have 38 veterans that have gone through our program, and that doesn't mean 38 people have been impacted. That means 38 plus their family, plus the community that it goes outward into. Thank you so much for your support. As donors and sponsors, you fuel this mission forward and you make it possible for us to do what we do here at Warrior Freedom Service Dogs. Thank you so much to our volunteers and our staff who have spent countless hours developing and training these service dogs so that they can be placed with veterans.
Our first set of graduates are James and Ace. James Howard spent 4 years in the Army, 3 of which was part of the military police, and did 1 deployment in Iraq. Ace has helped James during some difficult times and has allowed him to recognize things about himself he didn't recognize before.
I'm James Howard. Spent 4 years in the Army, 3 of which were as military police. Did 1 deployment in Iraq. I met Warrior Freedom through my counselor at the VA. He got me in touch with them. I went home that night, went on the website, looked at it. It looked like a good program, and it was close to home. That's what really got me with it, because I had been looking for something closer to home rather than Ohio or Oregon or service dog facilities for veterans. There were other places rather than right around my hometown, right where I live. Coming to the open house, that's actually where I met Ace. Ever since then, it's kind of been me and him. Even our kennel hours, meeting the other dogs, it was always looking forward to seeing Ace come out, spending time with him, whether it's throwing the ball or just doing random different things with him. So when they told me that I got him, I was pretty excited. He's kind of been by my side every step of the way of everything. He's helped me recognize a lot of things about myself, like to where I'm actually catching when I'm starting to get worked up, because he's indicated on it a couple times. When they brought him out, my mood changed when he came outside. I felt it. It was more of just like relaxed, felt calm. I didn't feel like there was 15 million different things going on around me, because it didn't matter. It didn't matter what was going on. He was right there and threw the ball a couple times, and anybody that knows Ace knows that he gets overly excited over a ball. And you don't know when to quit. So I had to go tell him to dip his face, because he slobbers everywhere, and drink some water and relax. I knew it then, and after my daughter was born, things were just kind of crazy. I went into kind of a little bit of a spiral. I ended up calling one of the mentors. He helped me through that spiral. Made me realize I was okay and that I have a partner.
Congratulations, Group 12, Class of 2025 graduates, James and Ace. Next, we have Rodney and Storm. Rodney served in the Air Force as a Master Sergeant of Air Transportation, and before that, he served in the Army as part of the military police and left the Air Force as an E5. Rodney says Storm has helped him with his anxiety, as well as helped him get out of the house more.
Rodney Glass, I retired from the Air Force Reserves as a Master Sergeant, Air Transportation, where we loaded planes with cargo, and we'd have to deal with killed in action and stuff like that, and put them on planes sometimes. Before that, I was in the Army as a military police. I left there as a E5. So I found out about Warrior Freedom through a social worker at the VA here in Chattanooga. She turned me on to them, and I called and talked to, I guess it was Julie the first time, and checked it out, and it was about a year-long process, but it's been well worth it. So I guess she picked me, but she was the one that wanted to be close to me when we'd come for orientation or training or kennel days, they called it. She'd be the one that always come up close and wanted me to pet her or something to that effect. So she won't let me sit on the couch for too long. She makes sure I get up. She'll start standing on my chest or something to that effect, or try to nudge me and make me wrestle with her or something. And she's woke me up a couple of times from nightmares that I've having, and she's been really a good thing because it's got me. I've actually lost some weight, which I've been needing to do for a while, and so it's really helped me a lot. Real good natured though, still young, but she's still real good natured. So I'm actually going out doing things and getting out of the house. Before I was almost a shut-in, I guess you'd say. I didn't leave very often at all. She's helped me with that and helped my anxiety a lot, calmed me down. Actually able to interact with people more than what I was before, and because I was, like I said, I was almost a shut-in. I only get out once or twice a week at the most, and sometimes less than that. But now I actually get out and go do things, and we go to the park and walk and different stuff like that I wouldn't have done before. I'd always been on high alert and stuff like that. She's helped me a lot with that. After about an hour or so, she's making me get up. So, which I needed that and didn't realize it. So.
Congratulations, Group 12, Class of 2025 graduates, Rodney and Storm. Our next set of graduates are Melissa and Isla. Melissa currently serves in the Army and has had many roles, including working in the Chemical Corps, the Signal Corps, Adjutant Corps, and is currently sitting in as an Inspector General. Melissa became attached to Isla after fostering her and asked to keep her. She says Isla is fun, energetic, and pushes her to get out of her shell.
Hi, my name is Melissa. I am in the United States Army. In 2016, I left active duty. I moved to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I was looking for a way to develop community. And so I came across an email from Mickey McCamish, and he was talking about Warrior Freedom, that they were looking for volunteers. So I called the number that was listed in the email, and that's when I met Adam, the founder, and then from there I decided to join Warrior Freedom as a volunteer. This is Isla. I brought Isla home initially as a foster. I have 4 other dogs, so I had no intention of bringing a 5th dog in my home for a permanent place. I started fostering Isla, and about 6 months into the foster, I realized I couldn't give her back. I had moved from Chattanooga to Atlanta, And I realized that there was a lot of anxiety surrounding that move. And some of the things that I had suppressed started to come back to the top. And so I started having nightmares, and I would notice that I would wake up in the middle of the night, and I just kind of thought it was coincidence. And then I would find her right beside me to wake me up in the middle of the night. And that's when I knew that I was not going to be able to give her back. Not only did they allow me to keep her, but they also allowed me to go through the program. Isla's a very special dog. She's very energetic. She forces me to go outside. Her favorite thing in the world is to fetch her ball. She's really helped me with getting out of my shell, especially after I moved to a place like Atlanta, right? Not a lot of friends, and it's a very busy area, so it's harder to meet people. So she became my energetic friend. My other dogs are old, so they like to rest. Isla not so much. When I would be sitting at my desk working, she would stand up in my lap, and not only would she stand up get into my lap, she would take her paws and put her paws all the way onto my chest, and she was kind of relentless. She wouldn't stop until I would push away from my desk and get up and go spend time with her. And after I'd been in the program, I learned from Julie that what she was doing was pressure therapy. And so she was realizing that I was getting stressed before I realized I was even stressed. And she was indicating on me, which I guess is yet another reason why we're supposed to be together. So I'm just extremely thankful for the team and the opportunity that I have with Isla and the way that she's going to change my life moving forward. I wouldn't have been able to do it without Warrior Freedom.
Congratulations, Group 12, Class of 2025 graduates, Melissa and Isla. Our next set of graduates are Jason and Mike. Jason served in the Air Force from 2003 to 2023. Prior to meeting Mike, Jason wasn't always a happy person. He says Mike helped him manage his irritability.
My name is Jason Russell, and I was in the Air Force from 2003 until 2023, July timeframe. The biggest thing I think for me was that a lot of irritability, I'll be honest. I was not really a real happy person at most times. And then just seeing patterns of how I knew I could do things better, but I just couldn't understand why. And having this individual being able to just kind of coordinate me to being able to, function fully has been fantastic. He was kind of standoffish at first with me. I didn't really know how we were doing just in general. I thought, I'd be with a different dog, and then just because of how he was, but trusted, Monica, Julie, Carly, Allison, all of them to really make that decision, and it's been absolutely fantastic. He actually alerted to me on one day. He just wouldn't leave my side and just was pressed up against me, kind of like he is now, but just against my legs. Why with hi, thank you. I am so aware right now. You're doing exactly what you should. As long as you're good with it, I'm good. Okay. So for me, noticing my anxiety, he notices, obviously, pretty quick. And it's just kind of that feeling of, something is wrong, I don't know what, but having him kind of recenter and refocus me of, hey, it's okay, calm down. But then an example, the other day I was at the VA getting some blood drawn, and he actually slammed into me while I was about to get blood drawn. And the tech kind of laughed. She's like, "Are we good?" I was like, "Yeah, you're good. Just do your thing." He alerts very well to, hey, something's coming on. Let's refocus. The staff is, they're fantastic. I don't have another word except fantastic. Julie has been absolutely phenomenal when it comes to, he had, I will say, he had a weird thing that fans that were turned off scared him. I don't know. It was just, he wouldn't go underneath them. And so she worked with him on that. Brittany, Allison, Carly, they've all been absolutely fantastic. Those are the ones I've worked with the most. They know the dogs. They know the ins and outs of them. They know, hey, this is what we're having issues with. Let's do this to fix it. And as much as the dog's been great, they've also been huge help with a lot of things.
Congratulations, Group 12, Class of 2025 graduates, Jason and Mike. Our last set of graduates are Gary and Cash. Gary was a sergeant in the U.S. Army Signal Corps, serving from 1988 to 1993 during Desert Storm. Gary says he has dealt with anxiety and depression before meeting Cash. Previously, he wasn't comfortable going out, but Cash has helped him feel more comfortable getting out of the house, and now he goes to more functions than ever before.
I'm Gary Phillips. I was a sergeant in the Army with the U.S. Signal Corps. Served from 88 to 93 during Desert Storm. I was working 80 to 100 hours a week. 3.5 years ago, we moved down to Tennessee to a 40-hour-a-week job, and I thought that was going to be great. And it was for a while, but there was just too much thinking time. Got depressed. The anxiety started to show. And I was in a really dark spot. And my psychiatrist had said, you know, might not be bad to have a service dog to help you with your confidence and everything else. So it wasn't until towards the end that I knew that I was getting Cash. And, you know, we've started molding real well. I mean, I can't go anywhere now without him. He'll follow me everywhere. I used to not want to go out with him. I'm more comfortable with it. I've been going to bigger functions. I know I need to do it, and I know it's good for Cash to do it. So I just more or less forced myself to, and I found that, you know, having him by me has given me some calm. He knows when I'm not feeling the best. He'll come and lay down by me, or a lot of times he'll lean against me pretty good. He has to learn to trust me, and I have to learn to trust him and understand what he's trying to tell me. It's been a great program. It's not just training the dog. There's as much training the veteran as there is training the dog. They don't just hand you a dog and here you go. They make sure that the dog is in a good spot, and the veteran knows how to handle the dog. We're definitely two peas in a pod now.
Congratulations, Group 12, Class of 2025 graduates, Gary and Cash.
Congratulations to the class of 2025, and thank you so much again to our donors, our sponsors, our team, and our volunteers. And thank you to those veterans for their sacrifice and to our country. This mission would obviously not be possible without you. We are here if you ever need us, so please, if you need help and you're a veteran listening to this, please come to our website and apply, or talk to me or Julie. We're here to help you.
Thank you.